Hello children, in today's lecture we are going to discuss about how acids and bases they react with metals. Okay, to understand this concept, here we are having different activities. So in the first activity, we are going to learn how acid is getting reacted with the metal. So here if you observe, we are taking 5 ml of dilute sulfuric acid in the test tube and add a few pieces of zinc granules to it. So in this case, the metal that we are taking is zinc and the acid that we are taking is dilute sulfuric acid. So now we are observing this experiment. So pass the gas being evolved through the soap solution. Where bubbles formed in the soap solution, take burning candle near a gas filled bubble. What do you observe? So here what is the gas that is getting released that we have to observe, and they are asking to repeat the activity using the another different types of acids, hydrochloric acid, HNO3, nitric acid and acetic acid. Are the observations in all these cases are same or different that we need to observe? So here you can observe the experiment that we did. So here you can observe hydrogen gas bubbles are released here, right? So we have taken the dilute sulfuric acid in the test tube and we added zinc granules to the test tube. So gas bubbles are getting released. Those are collected here. And how we are testing this one? Soap solution we are taking in this beaker and a soap bubble filled with hydrogen. Even we are doing this burning test also. Burning of hydrogen gas with the pop sound that we are observing using a candle that we can observe this one. So the reaction that takes place here is acid and metal both are getting reacted, right, to release salt and hydrogen gas. This we need to observe. So here what happens? Displaces hydrogen atoms from the acid as hydrogen gas and forms a compound called salt. So the similar activities you can observe with the other type of acids also. So in this condition, Zn, zinc granules, are getting reacted with H2SO4 solution to generate zinc sulfate ZnSO4 and hydrogen gas will be released. This is the reaction that is taking place in the above activity. In the second activity, activity 2.4, what we are doing? So we are testing the reaction of bases with the metals. So here also I am taking the zinc granules, zinc metal, right? So add zinc granulated zinc to the solution of sodium hydroxide. Here we are taking sodium hydroxide aqueous solution, right, and we are adding zinc granules. So we are heating the mixture gently and observe the changes here. So here also what is your observation? Hydrogen gas is released, right, which can be tested similarly that we did in the last activity. So here what is this one? Sodium zincate solid is getting released and hydrogen gas is getting generated. So in both the cases, in acids as well as in the bases, whenever they are getting reacted with the metals, the reaction is releasing hydrogen gas. So our next activity is reaction of acids with the carbonates and bicarbonates. So metal carbonates and metal bicarbonates. How they are going to react with acids that we are going test in this activity. So here take two test tubes with small amount of sodium carbonate or sodium bicarbonate. So sodium carbonate is Na2CO3 and sodium bicarbonate is NaHCO3. So now add dilute hydrochloric acid to each test tube. What we are doing? We are in the test tube here. We have taken sodium carbonate and we are adding which type of acid is getting added here? Dilute hydrochloric acid, HCl, we added to the sodium carbonate. So observe the effervescence and pass the released gas into the lime water. So whichever that gas is getting released, that is sent into the another test tube where we are testing with the lime water. So what is our observation here? Calcium hydroxide solution is nothing but the lime water. So first Na2CO3, it is in the solid form, that is getting reacted with the HCl, which is in the aqueous form, to release NaCl solution, and water is getting released in the liquid form, and the gas that is getting released is carbon dioxide. So in the other case, if you take sodium bicarbonate solid, HCl in the aqueous form, it is added, then also you can observe NaCl and H2O is released and carbon dioxide gas is released. So whenever metal carbonates or metal hydrogen carbonates react with the acids, the gas that is released is nothing but carbon dioxide. That is the activity that it is showing. So how we are going to test with that released gas is carbon dioxide or not? So on passing excess carbon dioxide, the following reaction takes place. So here this is solution in water. Limestone, chalk and marble are different forms of calcium carbonate. All metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates react with acids to give corresponding salt, carbon dioxide and water. So the reaction can be summarized as metal carbonates and metal hydrocarbonates, they react with the acid to release salt, carbon dioxide and water. So the next observation that we are doing here is how acids and bases they react with each other. So this part already we discussed in the introduction part. So here whenever you add base to acid, then salt will be released and water is generated. So this reaction between acid and base, it gives salt and water, is known as a neutralization reaction. So you can represent the neutralization reaction like this: base and acid reacting with each other to release salt and water. This we are testing with this above activity. So here NaOH solution we have taken, this we are taking in the test tube, and we are adding 2 drops of phenolphthalein solution. So add dilute HCl solution to the above solution drop by drop. So then that is there any color change in the reaction mixture? So that we are observing. So here NaOH is in the base form, that is in the aqueous form, base, and HCl is a acid. So here the salt generated is sodium chloride, which is in the aqueous form, and water is getting released. That is the neutralization reaction that we can observe, the reaction between acid and base. So here next activity, reaction of metallic oxides with the acids, that we are observing here. So here to observe this one, we are taking copper oxide. So it is a metal oxide. Copper oxide we are taking CO and add dilute hydrochloric acid HCl and acid slowly while stirring. This both we are stirring here. So note the color of the solution, what has happened to the copper oxide. So if we do this experiment, then what we can observe is here salt is generated, copper chloride, and we can observe water. So whenever metal oxide reacts with the acid, salt and water are getting released. Similarly, reaction of non-metallic oxides with bases. So if you observe carbon dioxide and calcium hydroxide, lime water, the reactivity between these two we observed, right? Here also calcium hydroxide, which is a base, we know that, so reacts with the carbon dioxide to produce salt and water. So this is similar to the reaction between a base and an acid. So we can conclude that non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Non-metallic oxides, whichever we are taken, they are acidic in nature. That's why the reaction between the non-metallic oxides and base is same as the reaction between acid and base. Whenever the reaction takes place between acid and base, what is happening? So their salt is getting released together with water. So which is named as neutralization reaction.